Hi everyone, Aidan here with etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Konig XG12 Pro snow tire chains on our 2023 Chevrolet Tahoe. These are going to be a self-tensioning tire chain, which means that they've got the tensioning device built into it, and it's going to be applying constant pressure with this elastic band, pulling it tight as we go down the road. So if things are to shift on the tire as we're driving, it's going to be pulling on it constantly to ensure a good snug fit. Let's check it out. This is going to be a square-shaped link, which means it's got these hard edges on the chain that help bite into ice and break it up. It's a pretty low-profile chain, but that will help having that rough edge, as well as these little breaker plates in the middle of the chain, kind of bringing it together in this diamond pattern. The diamond pattern is going to help with ride quality and just give more contact with the chain on the ground. Of course, it has that tensioning device built into it, pulling constantly on the chain, and it makes it really easy to install. It's definitely a snug fit on our tire today, but it does fit, and it gives plenty of room for tension to be pulled on it, which is great. The chain itself is going to be a manganese nickel alloy construction. That coating is going to be a lot more durable and corrosion resistant and help it last longer than a low carbon steel chain, which is typically a little bit of a softer metal, not as high quality, and don't last as long. The chains that are out in front of the rim are going to be coated so it's not going to scratch anything up, and it won't be as cold to the touch whenever we're putting them on, as well as all these pieces that come across or in front of the wheel being plastic or coated so it's not going to harm your wheel either. These chains come with a great carrying case. A lot of other snow tire chains don't, and those bags typically rip over time, but this hard shell plastic is going to be durable and give you a nice place to store the chains. They go back in there really easily, so you always know where they are and they're ready to use and out of the way. But the big thing with the XG12 Pros is that ease of installation. They're really simple to put on, everything's color coded for our connection points, and whenever you bring them out of the box, they're ready to put on the tire right away. Let's check them out. Getting these chains installed is really straightforward. Just got to lay them out at first, make sure nothing's tangled up, and then make sure they're oriented properly. The coated cable goes to the back behind the tire, and we're going to have this open section where our tire will actually sit. We'll make all our connections out in front of the tire as well. To make sure it's facing the right way, you can check these end links where the chain actually connects to the cable. There's going to be a smoother side, and if you flip it over, a more hooked and abrasive side. We want that smooth side face up so that whenever we connect it onto the tire, that's actually touching the tire. Once everything's been laid out properly, we can feed it behind the tire. I'm going to feed this end behind the tire since this has a little bit more going on to it, less to get tangled up whenever we feed it around, and out the other side. As you pull this all to the front, some of it may be getting caught behind the tire. If that's the case, just go around onto the other side and just dislodge some of that chain and get it pulled around. I always like to take these bottom connection points and just bring them together to make sure I still have an eye on them and everything else can kind of just drape out following it. And when I see that everything is pretty much tangle free, you can grab the cables on either end and bring it up inside the wheel well and make that first connection with the studded link and the catch, and then let that drape behind the tire. But don't totally let go of it yet. It can be really helpful to just out in front hook the red link in with the red hook so that nothing falls. Then we can push it back and center it up. Once we're happy with how things are centered up, we can take our bottom catch and that long section of plastic chain, feed it through and pull it as tight as we can, and bring the self-tensioning hook across to hook into that link. It's going to be pretty snug, but this is going to be applying constant tension to the tire chain, so as we drive forward, it should automatically adjust and make sure that everything is constantly being pulled snug on the tire. And once you've installed this on the other side, drive forward a few times, come out and check on them, and just make sure everything's still on the tire properly. If things seem like they've shifted too much and maybe they're not centered up, you can make some adjustments and try to get it proper, but it should be all good with that self-tensioning system. Then you're ready to hit the road. But that'll do it for our look at these Konig XG12 Pro snow tire chains on the 2023 Chevrolet Tahoe. Thanks for watching.